Welcome back to Valhalla VW. Today we're going to change a CV boot on a Volkswagen T4. So today's video we're going to be changing the CV boot on the Volkswagen T4, as they had an advisory when it just went through its recent MOT. So we've bought a kit. It's a split joint, so it means we won't have to take off the drive shaft. So in the kit we get rubber gloves for gluing, tube of glue, new CV joint grease, 2 Jubilee clips, and obviously the new boot. Split, ready to go straight over the top. We then glue down this seam, pack it full of grease, and should be good to go. Let's get the wheel off. So we've got the wheel off. Now we can see where the CV boot is. I'll show you where we're up to. I'd like to put the wheel underneath the van just in case the jack collapses, and it gives us a little bit of breathing room. Okay, so while I've got the wheel off, I'm going to do a job which I've been doing for about a year. We're just going to replace the horn, as you can see there. So there's the horn all mounted on the bracket. As you can see, that bracket's been hanging there for at least a year, and I couldn't figure out what it was for, but then we finally figured out that's where the horn goes. So there's the horn attached, there's the 2 wires. Got a nice new little wire crimping kit to play with. There we go, 2 nice clamps put on, all attached and sorted. But will it work? Let's try. So there we go, that's another little job done. Let's get back to the CV boot. So there's the CV joint. As you can see, it's not meant to look like that. So we're going to replace it. We could just put another clip round, but we're going to replace it. So we've cut the old CV joint off. As you can see, all that grease should actually be in there. So we give it a good clean up now and get ready to fit the new one. So as you can see, we'll give it all a good clean up. Not the cleanest of jobs. Okay, so we came across a small problem installing the kit. The lug on the end there was far too small to go over the actual drive shaft. So what I've done is I've trimmed it back, as you can see there, just with a sharp knife, and I've compared it up against the old one, and we're now looking like it's a much better fit. So let's have a look, see if it fits. Okay, so as you can see, it says that should be like a 10mm gap all the way up, and we have now achieved that. So I'm guessing we're good to go, and we can start gluing the joint. Remember, when you're doing the joint, it only wants to be literally like 2 centimeters to 1 inch at a time, otherwise it will just pop open. So in the kit we get this little tube of glue, which we will now use to obviously fix this together. And hopefully not my fingers. So as you can see on the boot, there's like a tongue and a groove. See a little groove there, and then the opposite side there's a tongue. Sorry. So we glue that 2 centimeters at a time until we form a solid bond, and then we run a bead of glue over the top just to clear it and, you know, seal any holes. Gloves on so we don't stick our fingers together. That glue is some serious stuff. I wasn't 100% convinced it was even going to hold, but it's good. So there we have the you see the joint? Literally 20 to 30 seconds and it's bonded. It's mad. So I've just put a nice bead all the way across the joint now to seal any tiny holes if there was any, which I'm pretty sure there wasn't, but there we go, that's all sorted. Now we get to repack in there with grease. Okay, so the new boot is now installed. Now we just need to do up the new clips. Attach a clip obviously at that end there, and we're good to go. Okay, so after some fiddling and messing around with the clamps, we finally got it on. You needed an ear clamp tool, which I didn't have, so we had to improvise. We used a pair of scissors and some pliers, but we got it there in the end. But it would be a lot easier if you had the ear clamp tool. But yeah, I might go and buy one then before I do the next side, but let me show you where we are. So as you can see, the clamps are on, it's all greased up. So yeah, it was a bit of a fiddle. Would have been easier with the right tool, but didn't have it, so we improvised. We got there in the end, and yeah, I'll probably go and buy that tool now so I can do the next side. If you liked it, give us a like, hit the subscribe button. It really helps the channel grow. We're at 230 subscribers now, so thanks to all of you, and we'll catch you on the next one.